Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
It's a real treat for me today to reintroduce to you Geneva Dotson, who is a real estate agent in the West Texas area and has been for 44 years. And during that time, she has garnered a lot of awards for her caring way that she handles her clients, but and this is evidenced in the fact that she's been on the $1 million and $2 million roundtables several times, numerous times during those 44 years, and it has been because she has really taken the pledge as a realtor to be ethical, to be caring, to use her experience to find the right house for the buyer and to sell the house to the right buyer for those that are selling their homes. And one of the things that I'm really pleased to bring Geneva on board today to give us some information about the real estate business is because she is really forthright in dealing with people, whether they're selling or buying commercial property, vacation homes, residential, or farm and ranch. And is it unusual for someone to go through the whole gamut, or does usually people just specialize in one or the other?
Well, nowadays most people specialize in one or the other, but since I've been in real estate 44 years ago, then at that time nobody specialized, so I just tried to keep up with the market on all the different ones, commercial, farm and ranch, the different forms. There's different forms we have to use, different things that the buyers and sellers, buyers are looking for.
And sellers have to disclose about the different kinds of property.
Like farm and ranch property, if you've got people looking for hunting property, they want to know what the game and fishing is like on the property. So it's a whole lot different than a person that wants to buy it to farm it.
And have you noticed the mobile buyers now? Because you used to kind of just sell within a small community to each other, but now you have people on the computer saying we're going to be moving there, we want this kind of property, and just lots of mobility since you first started.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's just amazing, and people can go and look and find the homes in Abilene. A lot of times they already have a list of
when they
what
come
they want to
you.
see, which is fine. Because anyone can find go look at a property. But where our job comes in is after they find that property, and that is the process of helping them find a loan, for instance. Checking interest rates, which interest rates vary from day to day and different companies, and try to find them the best deal on it. There's appraisals that have to be done, there's surveys, there's insurance that has to be done, and all of these things have to be done at a certain period of time. And it's our job to try to keep the buyer or seller informed and know when these things are to be done, because they usually don't know.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed is, and I know you've sold several real estate, commercial real estate pieces because they're building a hospital in a certain part of town, and all of a sudden all of this commercial endeavor is heating up in that area. Or they built a new Walmart somewhere, and now a lot of commercial properties. And so do you approach it any differently when you're sitting down with a buyer for commercial property than you do a buyer? Do you give them any more attention, I guess is the word?
No, you don't give them any more attention. There's just different things that they're looking for. Their criteria is different, and that's where you have to go find the properties. A lot of times it's not on the market. And for instance, I had a property, sold commercial land a couple of years ago that I had to go to 6 different sellers.
The estate sale.
6 different sellers, and put a piece of property together to have enough land for them to build a Family Dollar store. And so that's that gets very involved.
And especially when you're dealing with an estate where one well, the heirs don't want it sold, and another one does, and another one wants it sold for more money than the buyers are willing to
That's
take.
true. But these were all different buyers in different, some of them were homeowners. And all of the properties had to be torn down. They had to move alleys back. Utilities
So you were
had to
dealing
be
with
moved.
city besides and all the kind of codes.
It was, but I love a challenge, and that was a challenge. But we did it. They were very pleased with it. Worked out great.
Well, and another thing I think I remember you're telling about one time is that you had a buyer who just kind of off the record off the cuff told you that they had a big RV, that they were looking to see if it was big enough to park that, and you told them that didn't fit code, that they couldn't park an RV on that property.
That's true. You do have to see what the zoning is for each property.
So if he hadn't have told you and had bought that property,
he couldn't have put it on there.
He would have been mad.
That's right. That's the reason I want to know what they can and can't do with it. But yeah, with the RV on this particular property, he was able to put it on there. But we did have to change some wiring and stuff like that for him to do it, and make the driveway a little larger and all for him to put it in his driveway. But you do have to know all of that, because otherwise buyer's going to be real unhappy if he gets a piece of property.
Well, talk to us just for a minute about homeowners association. Does most houses now have a homeowners association, or only in the very new subdivision?
Pretty much in the new, more the gated communities and smaller developments like that, which are new. No, up until a few years ago, we had very few homeowners associations.
Well, do you, if two pieces of property are the same and one has a homeowners association, does that usually make any difference? A homeowners association fee, does that
They have a fee, and a lot of people do not like that fee. So they will not buy that property, because that fee is going to go on as long as they own that property.
And sometimes restrict who they can sell to and things like that.
Oh yeah, or what they can build. A lot of times it restricts the roof, for instance, or the brick that you put on it, and different things like that. So, you know, you're not in control of your own property. And
Not
most
as
people
much.
want, you know, homeowners, they want it to be theirs, and they can do as they please.
We're going to have to take a break right now. We'll be back in just a minute and continue this conversation. Join us then.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.